Hello class, today is Monday, May 4th, 2020, and in social studies we will be talking about how we can use the words past, present, and future. So let's begin by reading our job together. I will know how to describe events using the words past, present, and future. Okay, here are our words here. Let's go ahead and read them so that we know what each of these words mean. The present. The present is what happens today. Now, when we use the word now, that tells about the present. So sometimes we can use present in different ways, but for this lesson this week, present means, when we use the word present, it means now, what's happening now, what's happening today. The past is what happened before today. Then, the word then can tell about the past. So anything that happened before today could be last night, last week. So the past is something that has already happened. It's before today. The word future is what will happen after today. So tomorrow will tell about the future. Next, this summer tells about the future. It has not happened yet. We also want to talk about the word history and what history means. History tells a story of people and places from the past. It tells about things, events that have happened very long ago. And some communities have parades that celebrate their history, things that have happened in the past. So let's go ahead and begin by reading this book called Then and Now. And this talks about, remember, then talks about the past, now talks about the present. Okay. Let's start the beginning of this book. Okay, Then and Now by Diana Freeman. And before we begin, I have a question for you. Do you think this is a fiction or non-fiction? Is it make-believe, or do you think this is about real things? Real people, real things that could happen? Right, this is an informational text. And remember, sometimes informational texts have this at the beginning of their book. And we know that this is called a table of contents, and it shows us everything that we can read about in this book, along with the page numbers listed right after the topic. All right, let's get started. We have machines in our homes to do jobs for us. Long ago, people's homes were different from ours. They did not have very many machines then. All the family had to help to do the housework. Do you help do the housework with your family? Sure you do, right? Okay. Take a look at this picture. This looks like it may be a kitchen. Here's the table. It might even be a place where they all sit together like a living room, where we have a living room in our homes. Looks like up here on the walls, looks like these might be some pots or pans that are used for cooking. I don't see a stove here though. I wonder what they used in the past. Let's keep reading. We have dishwashers to wash and dry our dishes. Long ago, everybody had to help with that job. So many of us do have dishwashers, but sometimes some of us still choose to just wash them by hand and just scrub them with a dish towel and then dry them off and then put them away. But you have the choice. If you have a dishwasher, you can just stick them in this machine and the machine washes the dishes for you. There were no vacuum cleaners then. They had to sweep the floor with a broom. People could not wash and dry their clothes in machines like we do. Washing was put on a line outside to dry, and sometimes it got wet again. I wonder how it got wet again. What do you think? Yeah, probably if it rained, it would get wet again. I remember back when I was a little girl and I would help my mom hang clothes out on the clothesline like this. I remember that. Homes had gardens to grow fruit and vegetables. People could pick apples and pears from their trees. Isn't that pretty cool if you could just walk outside to your backyard, go pick up an apple off of a tree? That's pretty cool, I think. They made bread at home. There were no microwaves then and no freezers or refrigerators. I wonder how they kept food cold, like your eggs and your milk, things like that that need to stay inside the refrigerator to stay cold. Now we turn on a switch to get light and heat. Long ago, people had to light lamps at night. Now we just turn a switch, right? We go to the wall and we turn up the switch, turn light on, then turn the switch, flip the switch down to turn it off. In winter, they had a fire burning wood or coal to make the house warm. Long ago, there was no television to watch. People listened to stories and music on the radio. They sang songs together and played music on a piano or a guitar. See, so this right here is a radio, and so there would be shows at certain times. So they would all gather around the radio and they would listen to their favorite shows. They didn't have computers with games to play. People played other games to have fun. The children's toys were different from ours. Many of their toys were made of wood or metal. Take a look at this toy. This might look a bit different than a car toy that you may have now that you play with, huh? And no computers to play games on. People liked to play at the beach, just like we do now. They had fun long ago, too. So even though they didn't have many of the things that we have now, they still had fun and they still had ways to enjoy themselves. So that is the end of this book. And I just kind of wanted to share that book with you because that does talk about then, which is, remember, the past. And it talks about now, which is present. Now means present, about what's happening today and the things that happen today and are available today. So let's move on to your assignment. So in your journal, you'll take out your journal and you'll begin your first sentence with last year I. So I want you to think about the past because last year is it's before today. It's already happened. So what are some things that happened last year? Let's see. Last year, you were in kindergarten, right? So maybe you could think about something that you did last year at school while you were in kindergarten with Miss Gregor's class. Or last year, maybe last year's even Christmas time, Halloween time, Thanksgiving. You could even talk about last summer. So things that happened in the past. Last year, I. After you finish that, complete that sentence, and you'll come down here and you'll say, now I. So now means the present, right? So something that it could be something that you can do now that maybe last year you didn't know, couldn't do last year. If I typed here, I could say, I'm going to open this up right here, and let's see. Last year let's think about this. Last year, maybe you could count to 100 by ones only. Last year, I could count by ones to 100. Okay, we could think about something in school that we could do. And then now I count by ones, fives, tens, and twos to 100. That's just one example. You could think about something in school. You could think about something at home. Maybe last year I went to Disneyland. Or last year I went to Six Flags and I rode the mini mine train. Now I go to Six Flags and I ride the Superman. Anything that happened in the past. It doesn't have to be school related. It could be something that you did. Maybe last year I took swimming lessons. Now I can swim on my own. Those are some different examples. So this is just showing me that you understand the past and the present. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. Don't forget to take a picture of your work and upload it to your assignment. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.